Imagine your outside world has just officially vanished. Before your eyes is no ordinary prison. It's a massive concrete fortress rising in the middle of an isolated valley. Seacot, a place where, once you step inside, your name is wiped clean, replaced by a serial number on your chest. You look around. Thousands of men, heads shaved, bodies covered in tattoos, wearing nothing but a single pair of white shorts, are kneeling flat on the cold concrete floor. Snipers stand tight on high watchtowers, heavy weapons locked and loaded in their hands. Today is your day one, and the battle for survival to climb the hierarchy of power in the dark officially begins. Level 1, Rookie. The guards pushed you into a large cell. It was of moderate size but held over 100 people. There were no beds or mattresses, only stacks of iron planks. At this level, you are nobody. You are at the bottom of the ecosystem. The big bosses in the cell don't even bother to glance at you. The only thing you must do to keep your life intact is keep your mouth shut, keep your head down, and observe. Perk, you are alive. That is your only privilege. The cost. You have to sleep on the concrete floor if you can't fight for a spot on the iron bunks. You eat bland rations of beans and rice day in and day out under the watchful glare of hundreds of starving eyes. The first rule of Seacot: the lights never turn off. There is no concept of day and night here. You must learn to sleep with high-intensity light beaming straight into your retinas, surrounded by the teeth-grinding and groans of hundreds of hardened criminals. Want to level up? You have to prove you aren't a coward easily bullied. When another inmate deliberately lunges forward to steal your food, what will you do? Suffer in starvation, or stand straight up and use your fists to take it back? You choose the latter. You accept being sent to solitary confinement by the guards, but in return, you catch the eye of the shot caller in the area. You've survived your first month. Now, you are given a job. Level 2, the runner. You become the eyes and ears, the feet for the underground factions inside the cell block. Your mission is to pass wordless messages, secret orders rolled up tightly like cigarettes, from cell to cell through the tiny gaps in the iron bars, or during the brief minutes spent fetching water. You are a shuttle in the underground communication network. You know who owes whom, who is about to be punished, and which gang is plotting an undercover riot. Perk. You start receiving minor guarantees: an intact bar of soap, a sip of cleaner water, or a sleeping spot slightly further from the toilet. The cost, extremely high risk. At Seacot, guards have surveillance cameras everywhere. If you are caught red-handed passing a secret order, you will be thrown into a dark, solitary room with zero light for weeks. Worse, if you lose a message or leak information, the brothers inside will make you vanish without a trace before the guards can even intervene. You learn your first lesson about loyalty. Keep your mouth tightly shut, because a single leaked word means a makeshift shiv driven straight into your ribs while you sleep. Level 3, Smuggler. You are no longer just carrying paper notes. You are now moving physical currency. In a place like Seacot, where everything is stripped away, the economy doesn't run on dollars. It runs on scarcity. A single uncrushed cigarette, a stray plastic spoon, a lighter with 10% gas left, or a single tablet of paracetamol is worth more than gold. You become the ghost merchant of the cell block. You learn how to swallow contraband wrapped in plastic, how to hide a makeshift weapon inside a hollowed-out piece of the iron bunk, and how to read the blind spots of the security cameras down to the exact second. Perk. You accumulate heavy leverage. When people want comfort or survival, they have to come to you. Even some of the toughest guys in the block now owe you favors. You have the power to dictate who gets relief and who suffers. The cost. You are a walking target. If the guards catch you with contraband during a random strip search, you are looking at months of starvation in a concrete box. Worse, if a rival faction finds out what you are holding, they won't hesitate to slit your throat just to empty your pockets. You sleep with one eye open, guarding your stash with your life. Level 4, the trustee. Survival makes you desperate, and desperation makes you flexible. You catch a break, or what looks like one. Because of your clean record of keeping your mouth shut, the prison guards select you as a trustee. Your environment expands. You are let out of the suffocating 100-man cell to do hard labor, scrubbing the guards' corridors, moving heavy supply boxes, or cleaning the blood off the walls of the interrogation rooms. For the first time in years, you smell the outside air for 5 minutes. You see a glimpse of the blue sky through a courtyard fence. Perk. You get the scraps of real food left over by the staff, maybe a piece of chicken skin or a real slice of bread. You get access to cleaner water, and sometimes you get to wear a pair of sandals instead of walking barefoot on freezing concrete. The cost? You have just traded physical suffering for mental torture. The moment you step back into your cell smelling like the guard's soap, the atmosphere changes. Your cellmates look at you with daggers in their eyes. In their world, anyone who serves the oppressor is a potential traitor. You are walking a razor's edge. One wrong look, one whisper too long with a guard, and your own brothers will label you a target. Level 5, Gatekeeper. The tattoo on your skin is your new ID card. You are no longer an anonymous runner. You officially belong to a faction. Your duty now shifts from cleaning to defending the cell block's territory. When the invisible night falls, meaning when guards reduce their direct patrol frequency, you are the one who must stay awake. You stand guard at the cell door, eyes locked onto the corridors. You protect the sleep of the big bosses, and you are ready to plunge into a chaotic brawl at any sign of intrusion from rival gangs in the next cell. Perk, you have a voice. Those at level 1 and 2 must bow their heads to greet you. You are given the best food rations possible under CCOT's harsh conditions. You sit in the coolest spots in the room. The cost. Your body begins to waste away from sleep deprivation and extreme tension. You are always in a ready-to-fight state. Any strange noise sends your adrenaline skyrocketing. You no longer look at others as ordinary cellmates, but through a lens of enemy or ally. You realize a truth. The more status you have, the higher you climb on the prison administration's blacklist. Your name is already marked in red on the guard's computer system. Level 6, the snitch. You've made it past the basic ranks, but you're stuck in the middle, and the pressure from both the gangs and the guards is crushing you. To survive, you decide to play the most dangerous game in the entire penal system. You become an informer. You start feeding whispered secrets to the internal intelligence guards. You tell them which cell is brewing a riot, where a rival faction hid their shivs, or who is planning to ambush a guard next Tuesday. You are now playing chess with human lives, using the guards as your personal executioners to clear out anyone standing in the way of your Thung Tien promotion. Perk, you can eliminate your worst enemies without ever lifting a finger. The guards protect you. They look the other way when you break minor rules, and they ensure your cell remains safe from random violent shakedowns. The cost, total, paralyzing paranoia. Every time someone looks at you, you wonder if they know. Every time a guard raids a cell based on your tip, you pray you didn't leave a paper trail. If the gang finds out you are the rat, there is no hole in CCOT deep enough to hide you. Death won't just be quick, they will make an example out of you. And the guards won't be able to save you before the alarms even sound. Level 7, Enforcer. Earning money or fame in the outside world takes brains, but to level up at CCOT, you need a heart of stone. You've been promoted to Enforcer, the muscle of the leader. Your job is no longer defense, it is enforcing discipline. Anyone in the cell who dares disobey orders, steal supplies, or shows signs of working for the guards, you are the one to handle them. You must carry out punishments ruthlessly, swiftly, and silently to avoid drawing sniper fire from above. Perk: absolute fear from the masses. Just by walking past, the crowd automatically parts to both sides. You possess the most luxurious items in prison: an intact toothbrush, a few hidden painkillers, or a private sleeping spot on the highest iron bunk. The cost: you are losing the last shred of humanity inside you. Empathy vanishes. In its place is a beastly instinct fed by violence. You can't make friends. You look at everyone and see a potential enemy waiting for the right moment to overthrow you. And here is the trap. When you are the enforcer, the guards know it. During every surprise raid by the anti-riot special forces, you are always the first to be pinned flat on the floor, handcuffed behind your back, and subjected to the harshest disciplinary beatings. You shoulder all the punishment of the system to protect the one standing behind. Level 8, the Palabrero. Congratulations, you have climbed to the apex of the criminal ecosystem inside CCOT. You are now a Palabrero, the one who holds the ultimate word. You control an entire pavilion with thousands of inmates. Every source of unofficial supplies that slips into the pavilion, from rare cigarette butts, antibiotics, to the distribution of the best sleeping areas, must go through your approval. You no longer need to physically move. You just give a glance, a nod, and a life in this pavilion can be decided. Perk: absolute power in a miniature world. You are the king of the gray concrete kingdom. You eat the biggest rations, respected like a living god among the miserable. The cost: your peace is officially gone forever. Power at CCOT is an electric chair with the switch always turned on. You can't sleep for more than 2 hours at a time. Why? Because your subordinate enforcers level 4 are craving the seat you sit on. They are just waiting for you to weaken, waiting for you to expose a slight vulnerability or compassion to take your life and replace you. At the same time, the prison management views you as the most dangerous cancer cell. They don't need evidence. They can transfer you to a dark, solitary confinement unit entirely isolated from humans at any moment if there's any unrest. You hold the power of life and death over thousands, yet you don't have a single second of freedom in your mind. You are surrounded by a thick wall of paranoia. Level 9, Hollow Shell. This is the final level of an inmate at CCOT. It is not a title. It is a psychological state. You have been here for 10 years, 15 years, or maybe a lifetime. You have survived all the purges, the riots, and the iron-fisted discipline of the prison. You are still the boss, or maybe you've chosen to step back behind the scenes, but it no longer matters. Power to you now is as meaningless as the dust clinging to the concrete walls. You realize the world outside has forgotten your existence. Family cannot visit. Letters cannot be sent in. The brothers who stood by you through thick and thin on day one are now skeletons buried deep underground or have turned into traitors. Perk: nobody dares touch you. The prison system treats you like a historical artifact of CCOT. You know every nook, cranny, and rule of this place better than the newly recruited guards. The cost: you have lost the capacity to feel like a human being. You don't know joy, you don't know sorrow, you don't know fear, and you no longer have hope. You no longer dream of freedom, because you know if tomorrow the gates of CCOT open, you have nowhere left to return to, no one left to hold. You have become a part of this prison itself, cold, gray, and ruthless like the concrete walls surrounding you. No matter how high you climb in the hierarchy of the underground or within the fortified walls of CCOT, the final destination is never glory. It is a perfect trap disguised in the word power. Every step you take up, the ladder strips away a piece of your humanity. You begin the journey searching for survival, and end it realizing you died on the inside long before your heart stopped beating. This is life at CCOT. a place where the highest power only buys you the loneliest seat in a glass cage. Look back at your free life today and ask yourself, is any illusion of power worth trading for the open sky of true freedom?